Hello everybody, my name is Digmbot and today we're playing an 8-bit game, obviously, by the name of Jet Gunner. Now, oh, this game, I've had a hell of a time getting it to record properly. So let's go ahead and show you what's here. We've got game start, challenges, options, and quit. So you have some sound test options, some controller options. You can do keyboard, arrow movement, WASD movement, controller with analog movement, and controller with D-pad movement. Trust me, folks, do the D-pad movement. Your challenge menu is things like get to the end of the stage, get to the end of the stage, beat the timer, get to the end of the stage, auto drain health, one-hit death, no jetpack refill, and there's 5 sets of them. So we'll go ahead and we'll hop into the actual main game. Now, the story of this is that apparently the brain which controls all robots has gone insane and is destroying the world, and it's up to us to stop it. And stop it we will. So, you have normal mode, which is normal, and hardcore mode with increased health, jetpack goes down faster, no extra lives, and no health pickups. So, hardcore mode's pretty unforgiving. We're not going to try it. I've already played a little bit. We'll jump into stage 1 just to give you an idea, and there's stage 3, 4, 5, and stage F. I assume that stands for final. So, first, we must get rid of the attack group. Right. Yes, it's destroying the city. And oddly, we have yellow hair here. So here we go. So, you move with the D-pad, or the analog stick. I've tried it with the analog stick. It's very floaty. You want to move with the D-pad. And you jump with A and use your jetpack with A by pressing it again in the air, and fire with X. That's really all there is to it. That's why you saw no rebindable keys or anything like that. Now, it's a very old school game. You'll notice up on the left I've got a life bar and a J bar, which is my jetpack. As I jump, you'll see it drain. So, and they have incorporated that to relatively good effect into the platforming. There are a variety of weapon pickups, and you also have a little helper drone thing. Boop! So this is one of my favorite weapon sets. They have gone really far in emulating the whole NES thing, and here's an example of how the jetpack's used. It's also used in the platforming, as I mentioned. So, and there we go. That's a stage down, folks. Yes, they're short. They're punctuated by boss fights and mini-boss fights. There's some health. As I go along, you'll kind of see that this is like old school, unforgiving, and I didn't mean to pick that up. Some of the power-ups are, as you would expect, not great. I don't know if that's a deliberate choice. Kind of, oh, this is not good. We're just going to forge on. Enemies do respawn when you leave screen. So, some of the weapon power-ups are not great. I don't know if that's a deliberate choice to kind of hark back to the old school days, or just if some of them aren't really that awesome. Health. And here comes a boss for us. It does have that old school vibe. It's kind of fun. And this is a horrible weapon to take on a boss with. I'm probably going to die. Horribly. Oh, nope. Got him. Missiles? No, don't want those. That's like cluster missiles that you fire. Now, oddly, you might be thinking, oh, there's yellow things up there. Those are platforms I can use to avoid the cars. Wrong. Nope. Get hit by a car, you're dead. Or, well, take a significant chunk of damage, which, in my current situation, would mean dead. But you can kind of just forge through this game's stages, skipping a fair amount of enemies if you want. I don't know how I feel about that. It does maintain a pretty decent frame rate. Any stutter or slowdown that you might be seeing is actually being caused by my recording software, and I tried to use Shadow Play and Fraps and XSplit to record this, finally settling on Screen Region to XSplit, guys, because Fraps crashes the game every time you try to launch it. So, yeah, we're getting some significant slowdown that is not the game, that is the recording software. So, don't hold that against the game. That's just the nature of recording videos for YouTube. And that is a worthless power-up. Oh my god. Well, it looks like I'll get a chance to show you what happens when you die. You're Mega Man. So, I honestly don't actually like that. I know that like you want to represent your death in an 8-bit game in a really dramatic fashion, but really? Now you see where losing your weapons actually makes this game challenging again. I understand that, old school weapons are supposed to, or old school games, the weapons are supposed to make the game, playable or not as challenging, but really, I mean, it's like a lot of the stuff in this game is just the spreader from Contra. So, while I do find myself enjoying this game, I do have my fair share of nitpicks with it, in case you hadn't noticed. At least it doesn't suffer from what Fist Puncher did, which was just being an 8-bit game that was butt ugly for no reason. I actually find the art style for this rather charming. The backgrounds are cool. They remind me very much of old school games like, you know, the old Contra and Boy and His Blob. And there's a very deliberate, we should get to it in a moment, very deliberate Contra kind of feel to the jungle level, as well as some tongue-in-cheek humor that you'll kind of see. And that's a dead boss. So, also, it doesn't appear to be all that long because, as you can see, I'm just mowing through these enemies. One of my favorite weapons. So, whoop. The jetpack is a nice touch. It's used so far to very good effect, like I mentioned in the platforming. I can see it getting really... Don't pick up the N. Note to self. N bad. I can see it getting really complex. Here's an example of where you really want to be paying attention to the platforming in this game as you go along. This level is... It's a little trickier than you might think, but not much more so, but it's kind of a refreshing little change of pace from the stuff we've been doing. And we are chronically low on health. Flamethrower. Can I get another secondary weapon, please? Oh, this is... Oof, just barely got the range for that. There we go. Much more acceptable weapon set. You need to die, sir. No, I didn't say kill me. I said you need to die. Right. I think what we'll do is jump out to the main menu, and we'll take a look at Stage 2, because it's very Contra. We should next take out the robot plant in the jungle, because that's where you put robot plants. So it doesn't appear to be taking itself too seriously. I'm okay with that, you know, especially because the robot brain is destroying the world and such. So this is a very kind of mindless level. We should be able to just kind of run through, but it's straight out of the Contra background. Like, this is the opening level of Contra. I actually might play this game with XSplit just on in the background because, like, the stutter feels like NES. There you go, guys. Pro tip. So, like I said, this game was only $3 and something on Steam. Is it worth it? It really depends on your nostalgia level. If you're an 8-bit era gamer like I am and you want something that's a quick, cheap throwback you can have some fun with, then probably yes. If you're not, I would say you could pass this one up. Really, your enjoyment of this game is going to come down to your personal preference, so just bear that in mind. Oh, and look, we're fighting Howard the Duck in a rocket turret. Hello, Howard. Been sipping on any martinis recently in movies? Oh, spoilers. Please die. Right, there's the jungle level, and let us take a look at one of the challenges, just to kind of round out the look at the game's options. We'll get to the end of the stage, see if we can beat the timer. So these are self-contained levels, and that's, whoop, that is one ugly timer. I can barely even read that thing against the background. Maybe not the best design choice. Nobody told me the level was going to be collapsing. Oh, God. Ugh. There we go. Did we make it? Yes, we did. And we beat that timer. We get a T-vote. Right, guys, I will put a link to the game on the Steam shop in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, click subscribe, click a like, leave me a comment. My name is Digmbot. Later.